Thanks for being here. It's Tuesday, and we have a lot of news to cover, including some really big changes weather-wise. Still the talk of some, rightfully so, the talk and speak of snowflakes to fall, and any amount of snow, just a skiff, would be one that will likely go down in the record books because it's getting near. It is in the latter half, certainly, and in the waning days of April. So we'll outline your forecast, which also does include a freeze watch in effect for all of the viewing area. We've got some major shifts coming our way temperature-wise. 70s today. Beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. Yeah, in just a matter of a few hours, we'll see about a 30-degree swing. A big cold front comes, winds associated with that, and I'll have you certainly an active forecast in just a few moments. An active program tonight as well. Authorities still searching for the driver of a vehicle that ran through an intersection last night, plowed into a guardrail, leaving behind serious damage. That driver leaving the scene. We also have something else that we want to focus on just briefly, not so much the story. It's not something that we cover. However, I do want to pay some respects to a job well done by some officers and some individuals today. Briefly touching on that in just a few moments. I've got big news tonight. About a little more than $750,000 in blacktop coming to Magoffin County. The governor today announced about $5 million in resurfacing projects, and almost $1 million of that comes to Magoffin County by itself. We are doing very well in that respect, looking back over the past year or so. So we'll talk to our judge executive in just a few moments. If you haven't seen the Bobcat video, I missed it. I saw it the first time, but I missed it, and I'll explain in just a few moments. One report before we get to those headlines and a few others. A federal grand jury has indicted a man from Lawrence County, a truck driver, who said that he'd actually stopped driving a truck for a living many, many years ago, back in the early 2000s, but who the federal grand jury says, even though he was collecting disability benefits, continued to drive a truck for a living from the period of about 2014 over the course of the next 4 years, during which time he also received about $62,000 in disability checks. A man from Lawrence County, identified as Laverne Brandt, has been indicted on several counts of fraud. He faces several years, up to 10 years in prison, and $250,000 in fines, and a host of other counts and penalties as well, should he be found guilty on all charges. His next court appearance is set for later on this month. A couple of calls of emergency that we'll talk about briefly. One, a single vehicle crash that happened last night at the intersection of 1888 and 114. State police still looking for the driver. This was the scene of the single vehicle accident, the nature of which is not unheard of at this intersection. You're looking at the Prestonsburg end, if you will, or side of Route 1888 Burning Fork, where a car was coming out of Burning Fork, and according to eyewitnesses and information and evidence at the scene, the driver made no attempt to stop and just barreled through the stop sign and struck the guardrail. The car itself suffering serious damage, but the force to the guardrail overwhelmed it and pulled it out of the ground several feet. There was a male occupant, believed to be the driver, which was seen leaving the scene, fleeing on foot before the arrival of law enforcement and emergency personnel. The car was registered to an individual in Somerset in Pulaski County. Officer Tracy Salyer with the Kentucky State Police was investigating as to whether or not the vehicle may have been recently purchased and not transferred, and therefore slowing up the determination of who may have been in the vehicle, which is still under investigation. For obvious reasons, as I go on to my next report, attempted suicides and things of that nature are not something that are covered in the news or for anywhere. Again, for very obvious reasons. However, I could not go today without at least thanking some officers who were able to stop a situation today, which may have turned out much worse. Just suffice it to say that a woman who was feeling overwhelmed found herself on the Dixie Bridge earlier today. This short clip taken after she had been placed in safe care and custody. But it was that same officer, Officer Tracy Salyer with the Kentucky State Police, as well as Sayersville Police Officer Matthew Watson and Constable James Rudd, who all responded in just a matter of a few seconds after receiving a call about a woman in distress at this location. Again, she sustained no injuries as a result of the quick efforts of these officers, for which we wish to thank them for their service to our community. I'll be right back. All Pro, and you'll always get a perfectly finished project backed by decades of experience and thousands of satisfied customers. Always with the best prices on everything from small to large remodels, bathrooms to kitchens to entire homes, or turnkey new construction on everything from garages, homes to retail space. And seamless gutters too. And All Pro still offers 0% financing for up to 18 months and long-term low interest rates on those big projects. For an estimate, call this family-owned business today. There's no missing that this is the new McFarland and Tinker Law Office location on the Mountain Parkway in the former Farm Bureau building in Sayersville, just like there's no denying that their nearly 60 years of legal experience has won their clients millions and millions of dollars in disability, auto accident, and wrongful death cases. It's where your case matters to you and to us. McFarland and Tinker. Also, Griffey approved. Frazier's Prater Drug Store is Sayersville and Magoffin County's oldest firearms dealer, and they're working hard to keep what you're looking for in stock and at unbeatable prices regardless of the pandemic. For example, in stock right now, Ruger American rifles in .243, .270, and 7mm starting at just $349. That's $100 off MSRP, and they sell everything in the store less than MSRP every day. Like this Mossberg Patriot .243, Glock 44s, a big punch in a small package with this Bond Arms 45 410, and more. All ready to go today at Frazier's Prater Drug Store in downtown Sayersville. If you've seen it, it's worth watching again on TV, full screen and such. And if you haven't seen the Bobcat video, well, allow me in just a few moments. Right now, though, let's talk to Judge Executive Matt Wireman, who received some good news along with several other Kentucky counties today, but Magoffin County received the best news of all. A whopping $770,000 announced today for much-needed road resurfacing here in the county. But before we go into today's announcement, I asked the judge to update us on a half a dozen other roads that the county is actually preparing to resurface right now that they had obtained funding for, that they don't have to pay back, late last year.
We had the 2021 flex money, and that would be part of, since I've been in office, we've got over $500,000 flex and almost $400,000 in discretionary, and then an additional amount for FEMA. So we'll be somewhere around $1 million once we get done with the 6 roads that we approved last year. That was supposed to be done last fall, but the blacktop plants closed on us. They didn't. Just the weather didn't permit. We had them prepped, so we went and done it again. But we got upper Mashport, White Lick, Collins Road, Shawnee Branch, South Spruce Pine Branch, which is a southern end of the county on Route 7, and we got Barnett Road. We'll be doing those here probably within the next 6 weeks. We should have those done. In addition to that, we're doing the parking lot as part of the coal severance project at Half Mountain Park. We also are going to be doing Bloomington Park, but we're in the process of acquiring a corner of that lot down there where the parking is so that we can make the parking lot bigger and expand that park some. And that's the paperwork's going through with the Department of Transportation on that right now.
What you see here are a couple of the roads that were submitted to the state and included in that $770,000. And when you take that project announced today and add to that the other projects that Judge Wireman has been able to secure funding for over the past several months, it all comes up to about $1.75 million. That doesn't have to be paid back by Magoffin County. Significant announcement today, and either McGoffin County is desperately in need, or we're doing something right, or it's a combination of the two, because you're looking at just a little over $5 million, and we got about a sixth or so of that for McGoffin County and about 10 roads alone. That was the lion's share comparatively.
Yeah, we have 11 that we put on. We've actually got about 22 roads that we got as far as applying for discretionary funding. We applied for 11, and we got 11 more in process. But we got awarded today $761,000 out of that $5.2 million. So hopefully we'll be able to address a lot of our really bad roads. We got them all over the county. They're in every magistrate district. Some are short roads, some are long roads. But hopefully by the end of the blacktopping season this year, we'll have those done too.
Altogether, the state's $5 million and then some is going to fund about 60 miles of road resurfacing. Here in McGoffin County, 11 roads in total and almost 9 miles, 8.8 miles. And there you see the list of roads there at the bottom of your screen. Jake Wireman Fork, West Punchin, Big Lick, Painters Lick, John Howard Road, Jim Arnett Branch, Holderby Branch, and Holderby Y, Willow Drive, and R.C. Arnett Road. And collectively, it all adds up to about $770,000. Some other big counties as well, big numbers. Floyd County did receive $361,000, but everyone else receiving at most $350,000 to $400,000, while McGoffin County did come in at $770,000. Work for which they hope to get underway as soon as possible. Not only did the governor announce that $5 million for resurfacing projects today, he has also opened up the window to apply for $10 million in AML grant funds, Abandoned Mine Land Pilot Program grants. $10 million of money which has been set aside through the Federal Office of Surface Mining Reclamation and Enforcement and the Kentucky Division of AML for projects in Appalachian counties with historic coal mining sites that will create long-term economic benefits. This program has been around for about a half dozen years now and has a very good record of funding a lot of things that grow jobs and improves infrastructure and provides an economically sustainable future in the communities. Actually, since the program began, 54 projects in about 21 counties, tens of millions of dollars, and the county looks to be applying for a portion of that as well. We shall keep our fingers crossed. Let's go to tonight's community calendar real quick, which I'm happy to say starts off with a birthday. And that's to Connie Hansen. Connie, happy birthday to you from a long list of family and friends. I believe this called in yesterday, Connie. My apologies, day belated. That's on me. Nevertheless, happy birthday to Connie Hansen. Happy birthday to you. The North McGoffin Elementary Site-Based Council has set a meeting for tomorrow, 4:30 at the school. You are invited to attend. These meetings are, of course, open to the public. I got this one in from Marlene Howard at the McGoffin County Senior Citizen Center, who asked me to tell everyone about the 13th Annual Mind Matters Health Fair, Monday, May the 3rd, online, which makes it accessible and easily accessible to everyone. You can register in advance. Call Marlene if you have any questions, but there's the number over to the right of your screen. They're going to be talking about COVID-19, blood biomarkers, and a long list of other things. It's the Sanders Brown Center on Aging at the University of Kentucky. A quick reminder from Mandy Adair that farmers to families, food boxes are available in Prestonsburg, 114 Rising Sun Lane, Victorious Faith Church, giving out food boxes, fresh produce, liquid milk, dairy products, and meat to anyone. No paperwork, no income requirements, just come and get it. And keep in mind, until Friday, it's the countywide spring cleanup campaign for District 2. Next week, they'll kind of make sure they didn't miss anybody in District 2. Then District 3 starts May the 3rd, runs through that Friday, and call the judge's office or City Hall in Sagersville, because the Sagersville spring cleanup campaign runs the entire time of the county. So no excuses. You got plenty of room, plenty of time. And no excuse not to use our community calendar. It's simple as telling me so you can hear it and see it here. Turning to obituaries brought to you nightly by the McGoffin County Funeral Home, I have to announce services for a friend of the newsroom here. and a neighbor of sorts who passed away at the age of 97 last night. Smith, better known as Bub Patrick of Sagersville, passed away at the Highlands Regional Medical Center. He was the son of Ham and Mousa Owens Patrick. He's survived by sons Durwood Patrick and Bobby Joe Wheeler, and a daughter, Brenda Patrick Dameron, several grandkids and great-grandchildren as well. Bub is preceded in death by his wife, Pauline Rice Patrick, and brothers, Frank, Jasper, Marvin, and James Patrick, and two sisters, Eliza Patrick and Lena Patrick Arnett. Funeral services in Bub's honor are going to begin Friday afternoon at 1 from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Visitation will be Thursday evening after 6. Services have now been set for 57-year-old Tina Howard of Flat Fork, who passed away Monday, the daughter of the late Henry and Jewel Howard Perkins. She's preceded in death by her father, Henry Howard, and stepfather, Ray Perkins, survived by her mother, Jewel Howard Perkins, companion Tiger Isaac, son Jeremy Howard, daughters Tiffany Jewel Brown Lambert, Stacy Nicole Brown, brother Alan Perkins, sister Donna Helton, and sister Tammy Sprague, and a number of grandkids. Services to be held this Sunday from the Bethlehem to Calvary Apostolic Church here in Sagersville beginning at 2. Family will welcome friends Saturday evening after 6. Services are still being set at this hour for 82-year-old Paul Francis of Falcon Road, who passed away today at his home, the husband of the late Mamie Lemastre Francis. Services are also pending for 56-year-old Dwayne Joseph of Lower Sharpsburg Road in Sharpsburg, Kentucky, but formerly of McGoffin County, from what I understand. Funeral arrangements are to be announced soon by the Sagersville Funeral Home. From birthdays to ball games and anything in between, feed your crowd with a Sagersville Lee's Famous Recipe party platter piled high with both hot and spicy and crispy buffalo wings, fried pickles, jumbo breast strips, mini corn dogs, and jalapeno poppers, all for just $36.99. And here's a little tip. Always get extra mini corn dogs when you get the party platter at your Sagersville Lee's Famous Recipe. And remember, you can always call ahead 349-3626. Always the time for new beginnings and redecorating, or at least adding a few new favorite pieces to your home decor. And the Seasonal Shop has just finished resetting their entire home decor section with all new merchandise. It's all there. Classic favorites, new trends, and the unusual pieces that can set your decor apart from everyone else. Farmhouse, timeless blue and white pottery, natural woods, beaded accents, bohemian, bees, lemons, copper, white pottery, and equestrian. It's all there. And it's all there with local delivery, layaway, and curbside pickup. It's the only place like it. The Seasonal Shop in downtown Sagersville.
With the power to bring us together even when we're far apart, we keep families connected. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Get absolutely every mile you can out of the season with great deals right now at Conley Tire in Staffordsville. Get up to $70 back on a set of new Coopers or new Hancooks, up to $120 back on new Michelins, up to $150 on new Goodyears, where you can keep your stimulus money and drive safe with 6 months no interest. At Conley Tire in Staffordsville and at conleytire.net. Bud and his staff at Parkway Pharmacy are proud to announce the newest member of their team, and yours, pharmacist Dustin Jones, who's actually the grandson of Janet and the late Paul Jones of Dixie in Salyersville. And his addition of over 12 years of experience in inpatient and outpatient services gives you unmatched availability and care when it comes to your health and medication.
Parkway Pharmacy, where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
All right, I missed the cat. Okay, I saw this video, and understandably so, I didn't have the volume on, and it was still an impressive video when I watched, thinking that the woman's pet cat had just escaped her pet carrier as she was taking it to the vet or what have you one morning on their way out the door, and I was left thinking at that time, ooh, that's a pretty bad cat, for a pet. Okay, I saw the video again today. I have some audio to put it in a little context and a little more information about a North Carolina couple who got attacked by a bobcat in their driveway. A very mad bobcat. A viral video for obvious reasons. Christy and Happy Wade getting ready to leave in the morning. He's getting ready to go to work, and his wife's getting ready to take the cat to the vet around 7:20 in the morning just a few days ago. I thought the cat got out of her crate there. See it to the bottom left of the screen? No. A bobcat comes after her, or the cat, I don't know, literally claws its way up her back, is pulled off of her by the husband, and this thing is still going at it till he tosses it into the yard, and this still wasn't over. It was actually a shot or two by the gun that Mr. Wade had on him, and one by police, that finally stopped this rabid cat. It bit both of them, the wife, numerous times. They both had to have 30 or so rabies shots apiece. You know how that works. All very, very painful, and all very much of a very bizarre video.
Oh my God, the bobcat! Oh my God! Get up! Get up! Get up! Go! Get the beat! Get up! Quincy! Watch out!
Wow. That's all I got to say. Well, kind of sums up the forecast as well. We're talking about winter making another run at us, albeit just briefly, but hey, doesn't take much, right? 37 degrees, increasing clouds tonight, and a 60% chance of some showers. Now, I am talking mainly after 5 a.m. tonight, so just increasing clouds tonight and some winds starting to pick up a little bit out of the south-southwest. But look at your Wednesday. That cold front tonight is a big, strong one that will take us to down to the tune. Not quite a 30-degree shift from daytime highs from today to tomorrow, but close. 47 right now, we believe, is where we'll top out after 37 tonight. Some showers lingering to the morning and afternoon, and you can take 47 degrees and factor in west-northwest winds up to 20 miles per hour or so. Chance of precipitation. Showers, I think, for us, obviously during the day, and very light at that. And then tomorrow night, we're back down well below the 30s into the upper 20s, and there's your freeze warning in effect. That will give us a frosty start to your Thursday. Northern Kentucky, western Kentucky, best chances to see some record-setting snowflakes. I really don't see it in the cards for us as of right now, and it doesn't take much to set a record right now. It's 20th of April, so a few flakes would just about do it. Thursday, 54, frosty morning, sunshine, still windy out of the southwest at 20 miles per hour at times, and 30 degrees below freezing again Thursday night. Then Friday, we do recover, low 60s, mostly sunny after some AM frost, with a slight chance of showers late Friday night. Showers likely into your Saturday, about 64 degrees. They will be short-lived and over and out by Sunday, where we'll still be into the low 60s, but mostly sunny and dry. But then the upper 60s make a run at us with a lot of sunshine Monday and Tuesday of next week, and I'm hoping that's the start of a long-awaited and kept trend. That's going to do it for this Tuesday. Already 2 days down. Can you believe that? Host of news I'm already working on, and I hope to see you back here tomorrow for that and more. Good night, as always, and thank you for watching.